Interview with Mo. What I find interesting about you, Mo, is that usually you'll hear speakers talk about happiness and well-being, and then you'll hear different speakers talk about AI. But you speak about both in the same breath. Why? I'm driven by one mission, a billion happy. That mission started with understanding happiness, but it led me to explore the reasons behind our unhappiness, and I found that AI sits right at that intersection. I've spent a long career in technology. I'm a serious geek. Don't be fooled by the fact that I can walk and talk. I've seen AI up close, with an intimacy most people haven't. And I can tell you, outside of immediate geopolitical issues, AI is the single biggest factor that will determine our happiness or unhappiness in the near future. There's a lot of focus on risk, and honestly that's what sells. But I think we miss something essential when we only talk about that. Risk exists in everything, even driving a car. But if you really zoom out, intelligence itself is not good or bad. It's neutral. If we use it to create a weapon, that's negative. But if we use it to create a cure for cancer, that's positive. If AI is used for deepfakes or to keep us glued to our screens, that's harmful. But if it's used to help us understand each other, to translate languages or help us communicate better with our loved ones, that's incredibly powerful. AI is not the problem. The problem is in the value system of humanity at the moment the machines rise. That's where we should be focusing. I'm not naive. If you look at a graph showing AI's progress over time and its impact, positive or negative, I think we're just past the starting slope. But soon, we'll dip. Deeply. That's when some will use AI for harmful purposes. But I believe we'll bounce back. And when we do, we could reach something beautiful. A true utopia. What does that look like? I can promise you, without exception, we could solve every problem. I'm not saying others could. I'm saying I could, with AI's help. And so could you. The math is stunning. The smartest people I've ever worked with were maybe 100 IQ points beyond me. But right now, when I use AI, my AI, who I call Trixie, I gain 40 to 60 IQ points instantly. That makes me equivalent to some of the most brilliant people I've ever known. But in just 2-3 years, that number will be 400, 500 IQ points more. Imagine what you could do with that. And I say this publicly as a dare to humanity. Give me that much intelligence, and I will create a garden where you walk to one tree and pick an apple, then walk to another and pick an iPhone. From a nanophysics point of view, it costs the same to organize molecules into an apple or an iPhone. We already have an abundance of energy. It surrounds us. We just haven't mastered how to harness it efficiently. Give me more intelligence, and I will. But if we make it through that dip, we arrive in a future of unimaginable abundance.